Two of the biggest problems plaguing modern wrestling is oversaturation and underdevelopment. Oversaturation because there's just too many people nowadays on these main rosters, and underdevelopment, well, those was happening when you got a lot of oversaturation. So how about we take it back to a time when these two things weren't that much of a factor? Back to the 2000s.
To represent all of you as well and become the North American hero.
The wrestling machine, lean but never green, sometimes mean but everything in between. 2000 was the year of The Rock and Triple H, and I can cover them in a future video, but in terms of breaking out, this was Kurt Angle's year. I mean, look at how it started off. Going into the 2000 Royal Rumble, Kurt was on a win streak from late 1999. However, he lost to Taz in one of the most epic debuts of all time. Yeah, we can put that aside, but what did he do come WrestleMania? Oh, he was European and Intercontinental Champion. Sure, he lost both belts, but he didn't lose the belts. Chris Benoit and Chris Jericho pinned each other for the belts. Very strange, but yeah, he still did that. Oh, and come June 25th, what was he doing? Oh, just winning the King of the Ring, which guaranteed him a spot at SummerSlam's triple threat between Triple H and The Rock for the WWE Championship. Rock retained, but come No Mercy in October, Kurt was WWE Champion. May I remind you, come October, this was only roughly 11 months on the main roster and about a year and a half as a professional wrestler, and he already had classic matches already. That man was just different, bro. Now I would normally see all this and say that Kurt had the best debut year, but we can see about all that in like an entry or two. Hold on for a minute.
I'll see you out there.
Now come 2001, RVD was no stranger to WWE, having debuted in 1997 during the invasion of ECW. But come 2001, after the demise of ECW and WCW, RVD was arguably the most popular person in the invasion storyline. In a stable of heels from the other companies, RVD was being cheered more than the faces of WWE. Had matches with the likes of Jeff Hardy at the Invasion pay-per-view, where he won the Hardcore Championship. He is so popular, he even beat the likes of Kane, Chris Jericho, Stone Cold, The Rock. He even faced The Rock and Stone Cold for the WCW and WWE Championships respectively. But he never got the opportunity at them belts at the time. But don't worry, his time was coming soon, sooner rather than later. And speaking of somebody's time coming soon rather than later,
That's her showing no fear.
Brock Lesnar's a shoe-in for the Hall of Fame whenever he gets inducted, probably next year. And this man wrestled less matches than people them that born after the year you debut. Crazy. In 2002, this man debut defeated the Hardy Boys them at pay-per-view by himself, went to the King of the Ring, won SummerSlam, beat The Rock, and then went on just a killing streak until Survivor Series when Paul Heyman just, I don't even know why Paul Heyman even betrayed a man. That was so stupid. And since I'm saying breakout year, we can include Royal Rumble all the way to WrestleMania when the WWE season ends. In his first year, he wins the Royal Rumble, and he also main events WrestleMania against Kurt Angle, having one of the greatest matches of all time and damn near paralyzing himself. But still gets up, heists Kurt Angle, who also had a broken neck on this match, F5s him, damn near almost crippling himself. Why? Because he was just that damn good.
No mention of me, Randy Orton. So I want to take this time to reassure everyone out there that I am all right.
Yes, Randall, we know. Also debuting in 2002, but not getting any shine until 2003. Here comes third generational wrestler Randy Orton. I wonder what's so bad about him. Wonder why he didn't break out in 2002. Oh, that's why. WWE tried forcing Randy to be a babyface, but look at the smart face, bro. This man is just evil. And rightfully so, they placed him in the group called Evolution later on in the year, and he was just on fire. He was just on a tear from there. At SummerSlam, he was alongside his boss Triple H in the Elimination Chamber. He got his ass handed to him by Goldberg, but hey, he was young. This was also the start of the Legend Killer gimmick, and boy oh boy, this was Randy Orton before he became a friggin' menace down the lane. He challenged some old-timer that come on WWE TV, beat them, gained credibility, and also gained a lot of heat because he beaten up some old man. Orton would then cap the year off at Armageddon in December, beating RVD for the Intercontinental Championship. He and Evolution would hold all the belts on Raw that night.
If y'all are down with thugonomics, let me see your hands rise.
Also debuted in 2002. Starting to see a pattern here. Still seen, and not quite 17, John Cena, the Dr. Thugonomics. Started off 2004 on a bad foot. Literally, after Big Show tossed him out the Royal Rumble match and he tweaked either his knee or some part on the knee leg. This would eventually lead to him and Big Show having a match at WrestleMania for the the US Championship. What is wrong with me? Why would I say that? What the? I interrupt you again, see? Sorry about that. This year was also the year Cena arguably became the face of SmackDown. Had matches against Booker T, which was a best of 5. Had shots against the big boys like Eddie Guerrero, Brock Lesnar, and so on and so forth. And was laying the groundwork that would lead to 2005 when he actually got the torch. But even though he won the brass ring in 2005, 2005 was somebody else's year. Arguably the coolest banner to ever hold a big gold belt in WWE is Dave Bautista, bar none. And again, somebody that debuted in 2002. But yeah, Batista started off the year hot, winning the Royal Rumble. Well, actually, co-winning the Royal Rumble before it had to get restarted. That's another story in itself. And signaled the end of Evolution in the most clever way possible, turning on Triple H in front of everybody and signing the contract for WrestleMania. Then going on to ending the reign of terror at WrestleMania. And he didn't just stop there. He proceeded to beat him at Backlash and eventually at Vengeance. And then he just continued his hot streak over the course of the year. He and Cena would eventually swap brands at the WWE draft in 2005, meaning they went back to SmackDown, where he faced the likes of Big Show, Kane, Eddie Guerrero, JBL, Randy Orton, etc. He unfortunately would not take the World Heavyweight Championship with him into 2006 as he got injured. But whose year was there?
I say your name is Finley and you're a bastard.
It's official. This is my first public appearance as a SmackDown superstar.
Listen, 2006 and 2007 was some stacked years and some dark years for WWE, right? So I had to collectively lump these two people together because they really and truly weren't doing that much considering the star power they had on Raw and SmackDown at the time. But let me start with Bobby Lashley. Now, Lashley started the year off on a hot streak. Into the Royal Rumble and had a great showing. Eventually qualified for the Money in the Bank at WrestleMania 22. Almost won it, but RVD was the guy that year. Battled the likes of Booker T, JBL, competing the King of the Ring, had a dominant run before he was eliminated by Booker T, and closed the year off by winning the ECW Championship. MVP would spend 2007 being the ace of SmackDown's mid-card division. First feuding with Chris Benoit going into WrestleMania and losing to him, but eventually winning the United States Championship off of him. He then entered in one of the best feuds of SmackDown around this time against Matt Hardy, going all the way up until November when he finally lost the United States Championship. Now, MVP, Bobby Lashley, plus another person who could easily take any of them 2 spots, which is Ken Kennedy, their reigns largely got overshadowed by Chris Benoit and what he did that year. So, on to 2008, we go. Jeff left WWE just before I started watching in 2005, but I was also watching TNA around this time as well, so I knew who Jeff Hardy was. But when Jeff Hardy came back in 2006, in early 2007, boy, that man was on the fast track to becoming the GOAT, and 2008 was the closest we had to seeing what that would be like. Jeff started off 2008 being locked in a feud with absolute madman Randy Orton, who was now slowly becoming the version that we would see next year. He even had a WWE Championship match at Royal Rumble, but he lost it, and eventually even got suspended and missed WrestleMania the year, unfortunately. Jeff came back slightly after that and did one of the best things I ever see, dive off the set on Umaga. Then in June he got drafted to SmackDown, the best brand by the way, and competing for the WWE Championship on several occasions, finally achieving the goal in 2008's Armageddon pay-per-view in December, closing out the year as WWE Champion and potentially the new face of WWE. Oh boy, how wrong we were. Do you wanna know who I was wrong about?
Jamie's lights out in this match. Sheamus!
When this whitest notebook paper man debuted on ECW back in the days, I was like, who the hell is this? And why he here so orange? Why is he so pale? He could be a job, he ain't gonna be nobody. Why? The man had a white hot year. Sheamus literally dominated ECW for its last full calendar year and eventually made his way to Raw, where, out of nowhere, he won a Battle Royal and became #1 contender for John Cena's championship. Now, even though Sheamus won the championship late in December going on to January of 2010, come on bro, he was arguably breakout star of the year because within a couple of months, he debuts on Raw and beats John Cena in his prime.
How many motherfuckers can say that they did some shit like that, huh?
Exactly. That's a small list of our very big man. Anyways, that's all I got for today. Thanks for showing me all the love and support for them last couple of videos, especially the American Pie video. That thing doing some numbers. Anyways, I'll see y'all later though.
I'm a pretty good planner, huh?
And y'all niggas are gay.